boy. Hey, guys, welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show. It is Thursday. Hope you guys are having a good week. Looking forward to a good weekend. I got to get comfortable in this thing. We've been running around here all day like a chicken with his head cut off, watching confirmation hearings, taking phone calls, answering emails, getting ready to come out here and do this show. Look, there you guys are right there. I got some people already saying their chat ain't working. Well, hit it with a hammer. Hit it with a hammer. That's the mood that I'm in right now. I'm going to hit some things with a hammer. Oh, my gosh, what a world we're living in is insane. I want you guys to hit the like button. Throw some American flags in the chat. Let's see if we can trigger that sucker to get it rocking and rolling, get the chat working. Make sure you hit that like button. That's one of the calls I just got off of a little while ago, is trying to make people happy, trying to get these algorithms, and that's the bane of our existence. I'm sorry I'm in a mood. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Glad y'all are here. If you're listening by way of audio podcast, I'm sorry that you can't see how good I look today. I mean, it's just insane. I feel like I haven't taken a shower in a week, and I promise that I have. So this is not smell-o-vision. Make sure that you hit subscribe so I can afford some soap. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. I'm headed out to Oregon this afternoon. Going to be in Klamath Falls tomorrow night, and then I'm going to be in all 2 degrees. Then next week, got some big shows in Texas. Go to watchchad.com. It's where all the fun stuff is. And I want to encourage everybody, while I got your attention, to head over to the brand new redpillchad.com. We got some cool new designs out there for t-shirts, and of course the old faithful prathertees.com. Lots of places to shop, lots of places to get involved, but I want to get into this today because I got something on my heart. I've been up, I think I've had 3 hours sleep in the last 2 days, just had a lot of stuff on my mind, dude. I don't know if you want to call it spiritual warfare. I just been doing a lot of praying, a lot of thinking, a lot of contemplating, and I just want to say some things to you guys today, all right? Because I keep watching these meltdowns that are happening on the news, these protests, and just the bureaucrats, politicians that are losing their minds over the Doge stuff. Listen. I want to remind you that the only people that cry about the exposure of corruption, the only people who cry about the exposure of corruption are the people that have something to hide. I mean, from rigged elections to preemptive pardons, when, politicians get away with seemingly everything, and it's suddenly shocking when your red carpet strut of, confidence gets uncomfortably close to becoming a perp walk. We're seeing that. We've seen wiretaps and backdoor snooping and lawfare and gun running and indictments of political rivals, political persecution, pallets of cash, voterless primaries, dead chefs, gay prostitutes with a hammer, White House Colombian bam bam, boobs on dudes, stolen airport luggage, a dementia-ridden president and a vice president that didn't know chess from strip poker. We've experienced botched military withdrawals and subsequent dead soldiers. But hey, what difference at this point does it make? Isn't that what Hillary said? Well, it makes a lot of difference, Hill, if it's true that all those things have served as one big distraction from the vast money laundering, human trafficking, pocket lining, misappropriation of American taxpayer dollars, disappearing faster than the bills in the bank account of a henpecked husband on a 3-day, 2-night cocaine-fueled binge rager at a work convention in Las Vegas. I mean, from funding NGOs, staycations for illegal aliens to $250,000 monthly sushi takeout orders at the Pentagon, your money has been pissed away harder and faster than a diabetic on a diuretic. So yeah, now that the jig is up and they're exposing that, these people are big mad that we can see their corruption. I mean, everything from big pharma payouts to funding proxy wars. These pompous piss ants are watching the rivers of deception and corruption recede faster than my hairline. And they're mad at Elon Musk, right? I mean, he's the target du jour, not because he's not elected. That's never truly mattered to them, even though it doesn't stop them from screeching their new buzz phrases like constitutional crisis. Hey, these are the same people who put a luggage-stealing cross-dresser in charge of nuclear waste, and now are pretending to be outraged because Trump gave a computer engineer access to some data. No, that's not it. They're mad because he caught them with their hand in the cookie jar, and they're furious. I mean, they've called him everything they can, including a liar, but I want you to notice something. Even though they call him a liar, they have not said what he's supposedly lying about. You know why? Because they believe him. They just don't like him because he caught them. So if you're anything like me, then you are simultaneously both pissed off yet amusingly entertained. But also, if you're like me, you're not going to be happy until you see some of these homies in handcuffs. So today, we hear that Trump is going to announce some names, and I hope he names all the names. And I don't care if they're Republicans or Democrats. I'm here for it, folks. I'm here for it. The ones that are crying, they're the ones that are exposed in the corruption. And I want to see every dadgum meltdown that's available in my emotional bank, because I think I got the energy for it, folks. All right, before we go any further, let me just tell you, I need you guys to go check out my friends over at the Wellness Company. The Wellness Company, this is what you need in case of an emergency. Middle of the night, you get sick, this fever and the sniffles and the shivers and all the kind of stuff. You don't have the prescriptions on hand, you're in trouble because the pharmacy's closed. Or let's say supply lines are down, or there's a trade war, something's going on, and the prescription drugs that you usually count on at the Walgreens or the CVS, you can't get those because they come from China. The Wellness Company has you covered. You can go to twc.health/Chad. You can use promo code Chad, and they will save you $30 and give you free shipping on your emergency medical kit. You can get a kid's kit. You can get one for yourself. You can get a contagion kit, a radiation kit. You can get a field emergency kit. And then you can see right here on the screen all the different add-ons. The ivermectin, I just heard on the news, they're trying to make the ivermectin an over-the-counter drug. I think they should in regards, it was the big no-no during the scamdemic. Get over there at the Wellness Company and see what all they offer for you. They're a great company. I want you to check them out, twc.health/Chad. And when you're there, use promo code CHAD, I spell it Chad, at checkout and save some money and get the free shipping. Check them out, the Wellness Company. All right, bring him on. Everybody's favorite producer Royce is in the house.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Oh, Royce, I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
You know, I don't know why, but I'm tired too. I don't know why. Just one of those days, Chad. Just one of those days. I've had more than 3 hours of sleep, so I don't have an excuse.
I'm tired. I'm not sleepy tired. I think I'm emotionally tired. Honest to God, and you'll get this. I think I've been in some spiritual warfare, dude. There's so much stuff, and just the demons have been let loose, and we knew it was coming. So I've been praying a lot, man. I've just kind of been. Like I woke up in the middle of the night. I slept from 10:50 last night to midnight. 12:05, I woke up, looked at my phone, and I was like, I'm awake. I am just awake. And so, got up and just went at it. And so, I don't know. There was I put some things on X last night, and there were a few people who commented, and they said, what is it about people over 50 that can't sleep? I was like, I don't know what that is, but here we are.
It's wild, man.
And just all the headlines, dude, they are coming at a machine gun pace. I love watching these meltdowns. These people are getting exposed. They cannot push back on the stuff that Elon's saying. All they can do is call him names because they know he's right. They know he's right. And I hope to God that Elon stays the course and keeps his mind. I mean, we talked about it this morning on Dear America. He is, whether it's his Asperger's or whatever that is, he is a singularly focused dude. When he gets focused, he's on it. I hope he keeps that focused. Keeps that focus.
He's focused and he's determined.
Yeah.
Like he does not stop. He does not stop.
No, he's going after it, dude. He's like a dog. He's like a pit bull on a chicken, man. He got that taste for blood. And they came after him, and there's something to be said for that. When they come after you, you have a lot of motivation to finish the job. So speaking of a guy who's never finished a job and stays pretty unmotivated, y'all welcome Party Foul Steve, everybody. Party Foul Steve.
I got all my sleep last night. I got at least 8 hours, 7.5, 8 hours. I'm well rested. I'm ready to go. It's Thursday. Grammy's coming to town. Let's get this thing fired up, dude. You had a lot to say right off the bat.
Well, I know.
Yeah, you went off. Per usual, Chad's monologues are legendary.
I don't know if it made sense or not, but I just, I don't know.
Best part was right there at the end, like when you finished.
Yeah, when I quit talking.
Yeah, when you quit.
That's usually the best part. I'm trying to pull my chat back up and see what everybody's up to.
I love you.
You know, I'd love to see Chad do SNL. They would never have him, but I'd love to see Chad do SNL because he'd have a killer monologue, and then he's just funny. You'd be funny. You'd probably write some baller sketches.
Yeah, we'd
does
have
some
fun
amazing sketches and skits in the past.
We have done some fun skits. Party Foul Steve, one of the ones that went hugely viral was back when they were doing the Drake the Kiki challenge when people were getting out of their car and then we just drove off and left Steve. Party Foul, and then we filmed him running behind the truck trying to catch up with us. That thing,
like
we got about
30 million views.
Yeah, about 35, 40 million views on that deal. That was a lot of fun. But anyway, man,
I can't run like that anymore.
No, you can't. And you can't even get up the stairs anymore. I've seen you try to do it.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Y'all pray for me. I need it.
I have all these married stalkers. Like one of them just texted me, Megan Duthu. Maggie Moo. She just said, "Am I wearing Riser United?" I am. I've done some social media promo for them in the past, and we've been trying to get them on the show. This is not cheap clothing. Their hoodies and their quarter zip deals, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you, this is the best, finest piece of clothing I own.
How did Megan recognize that? I don't.
You know, because she's with them. She says use code Megan for 20% off. I see her in the chat right there.
She's plugging. She's plugging.
Yeah. MEGHAN for 20% off at riserunited.com, I think it is. They have sent me some stuff, and this Riser United, I don't have a deal with them. I buy it from them. They have the most expensive, some expensive hoodies. Their quarter zips are not so bad, but it is the finest quality piece of clothing I have ever freaking worn.
What is it called?
Riser United. And they're starting to pop up everywhere. Yeah, they're a patriotic company. I mean, they got the little flag in it and stuff like that. They're good folks. So I'm starting to see more and more influencers. And they've reached out to me about possibly doing something, but we never confirmed it. And I'm like, I'll do a deal, but you got to send me one of those hoodies because I've been buying them and these quarter zips and the stuff. So anyway, enough about that. I'm proud.
Use Chad's closet.
Dude, yeah, I'm about to get a garbage can. I know I'm just all over the place, but I don't care. It's my show. The name of the show is the Chad Prather Show. So we're going to talk about what I want to talk about today, and we will get into some stuff. And I'm glad you guys are here, but and I'm talking to the folks in the chat. I'm going to get like one of those 20-foot dumpsters for the front of my house, and I'm going to be like a hermit. I keep threatening this. I'm just going to move out to a cave somewhere. Just put a little single wide trailer. Like that's Chad mood today. That's Chad mood. So unless anybody wants to buy me a $3 million house, then I'll live in that. But whatever.
No in between. $3 million house or a little pull behind. Like that's it.
Yeah. People were asking about Riser United. Yeah, they're made in the USA. You go to riserunited.com. In fact, I was just talking to Alexis Wilkins, who is Kash Patel's girlfriend, and she's always wearing her battleship, one of her battleship Riser Uniteds. I think they have some cool stuff, man. But yeah, they're anyway.
Good deal.
I got so much. What brought that up was talking about how much clothing I've got. It's insane. I'm so proud of my friend Brandon Gill. He was on that oversight committee hearing yesterday. He is the freshman congressman from Texas, and he's a buddy of mine. He is actually married to Danielle, formerly D'Souza. That is Dinesh D'Souza's son-in-law right there. And he went off on the House Democrats yesterday, and there's about a 5-minute clip, about a 3.5-minute clip of him just burning their barns to the ground. But this is like a 45-second clip, maybe a minute. This will give you the gist of it. He will be, Brandon Gill, mark my word, you heard it here. Brandon Gill will be a major player in the GOP in Washington, D.C. I hope to God he runs against John Cornyn for Senate. I hope he does. But either way, this is going to be a voice for conservatives in Washington, D.C., and, I mean, he's only been up there since January. So listen to what Brandon had to say yesterday.
I also find it rich that all of a sudden the other side has some problem with successful businessmen being involved in politics whenever you guys are the party of George Soros, of Bill and Melinda Gates, of Sheryl Sandberg, of Mackenzie Bezos, of Taylor Swift, of so many other billionaires across the country, as well as every woke, weird pervert in Hollywood. I find this incredibly disingenuous. I think the reality is that the Republican Party under President Trump has a very clear mandate from voters, and you guys don't like it because voters rejected everything you stand for and every policy that you've shoved down the American people's throats over the past 4 years, whether it's open borders, a failing economy, raging inflation, this weird woke stuff that you guys have been shoving down our children's throats. And the voters rejected you and they welcomed our party. I also find it rich.
Dude, that is so much more eloquent than what I was able to put together at the beginning of this program. Just to say, you guys are feigning this outrage, and you're acting like you don't like billionaires, and all you've ever used is billionaires and celebrities. I mean, look at Kamala Harris's campaign. The entire campaign was paying millions of dollars to, Beyonce and whoever else these people were, and $100,000 to build a set in a hotel room so she could go on the podcast or whatever that deal was. And they tried to do that whole thing.
And it's money laundering. They're millionaires sending millionaires money, and then they're getting kickbacks from it.
I mean, I would assume that it is. The money's going somewhere.
You're not going to pay a celebrity millions of dollars to come do an event.
And when you find out that USAID paid George Soros like $260 million, and then George Soros used $260 million to fund their causes again, they used American taxpayer money to fund a uber billionaire like George Soros so he could turn around and use that money and kick it back to fund their causes. So that is ridiculous to me that they're now going to, in any way, shape, or form, complain about the use of an Elon Musk or anybody else. That's why I love the thing. I love that it became a thing that J.D. Vance said, I really don't care, Margaret. Like, that's my attitude about all of it. I really don't care what any of these people say. And the thing is, Royce, if you notice, every issue is an 80-20 issue. It's every issue that they bark about is something that 80% of America agrees with because it's a common sense issue. And they marginalize themselves over into the 20%, and they can't win that way. Now, I'm fine with that, and I hope they keep on with their crazy screes and keep destroying themselves. I hope they continue to
I hope they keep singing songs at micro rallies in the street.
I think they will. I think they're going to continue going further and further. So they'll just keep going further.
Well, I think there'll be a group of them that try to, but they'll be dwindled away, and the smart Democrats will realize that they've made a mistake and they'll have to course correct. But what I like about him and how he spoke, just in general, was he said it so plain and clear. He didn't use big words that people my age wouldn't understand or comprehend. He was able to lay it out like it was, not like it was, but because it is common sense. And I think that that's a growing theme in the Republican Party, especially in Congress. You're seeing people come out. I mean, in the MAGA movement, Trump himself is able to come out and say things like it's common sense because it is. And they don't have to church it up or talk around certain things. They're able to be like, this, why are we doing this? It should not be like this because this is wrong.
Genius ideas.
It's not genius ideas. They're making it so simple and so plain because it really is. There's no reason to make this stuff complicated as to why we have to kill babies. There shouldn't be a complicated conversation about that. It's plain and simple. You don't. Anyways, and there's a million other conversations, not exactly on that topic, but where it's just common sense, and people like him can come out and say it in that way. I appreciate that.
So, and Brandon's so smart, and that's why he won. He's in his 20s, and that's why he won his race by 26%. Because you don't have to use a word salad. You don't have to be condescending and talk down to people. That's been their MO for so long on the left, is they think of themselves as intellectually superior. They think that they have, all these degrees. Well, you went out and got brainwashed at an institution of liberal arts and got a sociology degree and then some kind of advanced degree and some kind of blah blah nonsense political science crap, and then you came out and your theories were never tested in the real world because your liberal professor never tested the stuff he was teaching you in the real world. He just handed down whatever Marxist doctrine he was taught. And so you perpetuated it into another generation. But the people that, twist the wires and turn the knobs and twist the screws, those people, they don't care about that. They live in the real world where a work ethic produces results, and they want to be left alone. They don't like your condescension. They want to be talked to plainly. I'm the type of person where I want people to be blunt with me. I like it when people are blunt with me. I don't believe in Southern hospitality, although I utilize it as best I can. When somebody talks to me, I'm pretty sure that I try to respond to them as graciously and as nice as I can.
Bless your heart.
My thing is, we know what that means, but my thing is, I will meet you in kind, right? So if you come at me abrasively, you're probably going to get the same thing back. But I've said for my entire life, Southern hospitality is a bunch of BS because people were taught to be nice, whether they meant it or not. I would rather you just be blunt and brunt with me and tell me the truth. I like it when people bottom line it. And the liberals are going to talk circles around you and say nothing. And it's just hot air, dude. So CJ sent me this big, long text this morning. You can see this whole screen is just full of text back here that somebody in her family, like a distant cousin, had posted. And I've seen this thing passed around for years. And I'll read, this is a day in the life of Sue Republican. She gets up at 6 a.m., fills her coffee pot with water to prepare her morning coffee. The water is clean and good because some tree-hugging liberal fought for minimum water quality standards. With her first swallow of coffee, she takes her daily medication. Her medications are safe to take because some stupid commie liberal fought to ensure their safety, and they work as advertised. This thing goes on paragraph after paragraph, and about how we enjoy all these things that liberals do. And I said, she goes, how would you respond to that? I said, it's simple. You wake up at 6 a.m. Wait, no, you don't, because your liberal bitch of a mother aborted you. That's the way that goes. That's the end of that's the last of the paragraph right there. Liberals hadn't saved anything. They destroy everything they touch. And then they're going to sit there and pretend like they're the pious ones, the altruistic ones, the empathetic ones. They were the party of tolerance, right? Well, they're the ones who are making up their stupid, idiotic songs about violence in the street now. To your point, Royce, I don't know why they keep singing it. Why do they sing it? Why do they keep singing it?
I think that's part of the mental illness.
Yeah. So
it's infected their brain.
Yeah. So I'm not going to sit here and be condescended to by these people who are rage baiting and using emotion in their logic to try to play on some kind of empathetic thing to say, ooh, you know what? Just shut up. Your policies don't work. They're garbage. They destroy things. You know all this big thing right here, this big typed out deal about how great liberalism is. Yeah, because you've overregulated people to death. You've taken freedom out of everything. You've literally sucked the life out of life. I want to make as much money as I can. I think money equals freedom, and I think freedom equals fun. There's my policy. How about that? And you get your hands out of my pocket and quit spewing all your BS. Oh, man. Anyway. For instance, Patriot Mobile. I'll segue it this way. Patriot Mobile is a great company. And the reason they're a great company is because they do things. You take somebody like a Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is a value-driven company. That's why they're closed on Sundays. They could make a lot more money if they stayed open on Sundays. But no, they're a value-driven business. Patriot Mobile is that way. They are not going to be dictated to by the industry standards. The industry standards are going to tell the big three that, hey, if you want to go along and get along and you want to be in the top echelon in this industry, well, you're going to have to toe the party line and you're going to give a portion of your income to these leftist causes. Patriot Mobile says, no, we're not going to do that. And consequently, Glenn has built an incredible company over there. And, Patriot Mobile, you can check them out, patriotmobile.com/Chad. They are unashamedly conservative and they are Christian. And they put their values behind their service and their products. That's why when you call them on the phone, they're going to be cordial, they're going to be nice. And unlike me, they're actually going to mean it. And they're going to help you. They're going to help you find the right plan that fits your family's budget. They're going to help you transfer your number or get a new phone or whatever you need. They're going to help you out, and they're going to keep you informed. They love the Constitution. I don't know if they're still doing this or not, but it used to be every time you ordered from Patriot Mobile, they sent you a pocket Constitution with the order. I thought that was pretty cool. And they probably still do it. But patriotmobile.com/Chad. Use promo code Chad. You can call them at 972-PATRIOT if you need help. But use promo code Chad and get a free month. And they're going to take care of their veterans and first responders and military members. So I like that. That's what I'm talking about when I say freedom. That's the kind of thing I don't need to be dictated to on how to do business or live life based on some, liberal condescension that amounts to nothing. So check them out, patriotmobile.com/Chad. All right. Good news is RFK, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., has been confirmed. I cannot believe that a Kennedy is now working in a Republican administration. I mean, that's historical, folks. That is massive. That is massive that a Kennedy has now been confirmed. And who in the world knew that we were going to be caring this much about who is going to be in charge of health and human services? I mean, we didn't do all this, this big of a hoopla in the past over cabinet members. I remember when cabinet members were boring. But this is good news. He intends to do a lot of things, a lot of good things. I was making lunch today, and I started thinking, would RFK approve of this? I don't know. We'll see. If he shows up in the middle of the night at the foot of my bed and makes me feel guilty for eating, seed oils, then I'll repent.
To give you a reason as to why people are so hyped up about this, and Party Foul Steve said this, because this is what we had before as our
Look at Party
this
Foul.
is a representation of health.
Party Foul, did you make that meme?
No, I didn't make the meme. I stole it.
You stole it and posted it up
But
there.
what I put above it, it's on Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter. What did you say?
What did I say? Time to put a man in charge of our health.
Leave it to Party Foul Steve. Leave it to Party Foul Steve.
No, but for real, this is you mentioned nobody ever cared about these types of roles and positions. Well, until they started putting people like this in those positions where it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, right. Where people were scratching their heads like, wait. And they realized that's who's in charge of our health and safety? That thing? Yeah. And so then people started to open their eyes, and now we care. And now we want this over this, and so we have to pay attention. And I think it's better.
It's amazing because prior to probably 2000, even I would say as early as 2016, I didn't care about who was I didn't really look into who was in what position anywhere in our government. But because of Biden's term, I really started to notice what he put in place. And it's like, wow, have they been doing this all along? So you go back and look, and it's, yeah, they have.
Yeah, this person is pumping their body full of chemicals that do not belong there and never should have been there. Meanwhile, this person is like peak physical. I mean, he might be putting some chemicals in his body too, but he might be. But this is a representation of health over this. I don't know. Again, back to the common sense thing, man. It just drives me crazy. The lack of common sense in our politicians.
So that's what's his name, Richard Levine over there.
Yeah, that's her,
or whatever. I don't know.
name.
Thing Levine.
I will say this: the reason these people look like that. I mean, obviously they're messing with their identity, and we dealt extensively with that yesterday. But these people are messing with their sexuality and their gender identity and whatever mental illness is going on. But I will tell you, if you have an unhealthy inside, like your brain and your mindset, it's going to manifest outwardly in you. That's why these people look the way they do. There is so much jumbled up confusion in their brains that it manifests outwardly in their bodies, in their physical appearance, and all of this stuff. That's why they look like this. That's why we look at them and we go, why do these people all look the same? Why? It's in their eyes, in their, we joke about the purple hair, and we talk about the septum nose rings, and we go, why are all these people the same? Because they're all mentally confused. Now, I'm going to make a commitment to you guys. I'm going to make a commitment, I'm going to make a commitment to you guys, to everybody listening. How many people are watching? Maybe 1,000 people are watching. I'm going to make a commitment. How many people we got total watching this thing, Royce? Do we know? Do we even have a number?
3,599 and one Trent who keeps coming back.
I'm gonna make we're rounding it up to 4,000. I'm gonna make a commitment to all of you guys that in 6 months, Party Foul Steve is gonna look more like RFK.
Come on now.
I'm trying.
So Party Foul Steve is gonna. I'm not. I'm gonna look more like Levine.
No. You both need to pull an RFK. Get jacked over the summer.
Where do you buy steroids at?
You know what? We'll eliminate seed oils, but we're going to pump some testosterone in our butts.
I do. There are some things about him that do concern me, and that is where vaccines are concerned. I just, man, we got some vaccines in the system. It's been working for a very long time. Things like polio and stuff like that. I just don't know. Sometimes I get so much information overload on vaccines, pro and con and all that kind of stuff. But in the end, ultimately, shouldn't it be left up to, the parents and their, what they decide for their child?
So here's the thing. RFK he's put a lot of stuff. I don't agree with him on the climate, don't agree with him on the issue of life. There's a number of things I don't agree with RFK on. He's been very adamant about those things, and I disagree with him. Fine. If you read what he's written about the vaccine issue, it's very eye-opening. He's very well versed in it. He knows what he's talking about. But he has consistently, and yes, there's ways to interpret what people say to be extreme, but he's very consistent in being vaccine choice. And that is ultimately, listen, if you want to pump yourself full of seed oils, he made the comment, he said, listen, I may not agree with eating McDonald's, but my boss chooses to eat it.
That photo is so funny, man.
And that's that's the fair way to be. But therein lies the freedom that we have in this country. Now, I think that our eyes have been opened in the last couple of years to a number of things. For instance, and Steve, you've heard me talk about this many times, of how our institutions that we used to trust and believe in, we thought the food pyramid when we were kids was legit. It's not. It's completely upside down.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now, me, Steve, I historically, and you historically lean a little more high protein, high fat in your diet with the keto stuff. I lean a little more to the carnivore side of things when I'm doing it and rocking and rolling. And I believe we're far healthier that way. I can make that argument. I think if you just ate meat only and the right kind of meats, I think you're going to be healthy in the long run. there's a lot of people who want to argue that deal, but to each his own in regards to that. But we don't trust these institutions anymore. We don't trust the courts. We don't trust big pharma. We don't trust the medical industry. We don't trust the education system. We don't trust our government. We don't trust our Department of Justice or our FBI or our CIA. And we don't trust any of those things anymore. So
and we should. I don't think we should try. We put too much trust in stuff like pharmacies. Too much trust in our FDA. Let them tell us what to eat. And the whole time they're putting all this junk in our foods. I mean, and all the preservatives, the salts, the sugars. Probably the worst of it all.
Sugar's the worst. It feeds cancer. And then you got the wheat. You know, the wheat in our country is garbage. That's why people have celiac disease. That's why people have gluten intolerances. Yeah. That's why they have those things. You know, we started pumping them up higher on the vaccine cycle for children. And what happened in, 1970? Shortly thereafter, the autism thing just went through the roof. And we can't even talk about those things anymore. Well, you've never found any links. Well, something happened. Something happened.
Common sense.
I mean, something happened for it to go.
Artificial crap in our foods and in our drinks and stuff. We're going to have there's probably going to be some issues years down, all the energy drinks and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I drink those too sometimes. But
you don't have to tell on yourself. You don't have to tell on yourself. You don't
I will say, if I'm going to throw stones, I'm letting you know that I'm going to be ducking and dodging stones too. So
yeah. So, I mean, we've pumped ourselves, and a lot of it's been out of convenience. But again, people like RFK have served us well in opening our eyes to some things and at least having that conversation, because not everybody's as well informed on all of that. So it's a good thing. It is.
And I would say you go back to your tree-hugging hippie people, they've been screaming that kind of stuff for years about what we're putting into our bodies.
Well,
and now somebody that, politically disagrees with them says it, and they're not for it.
But I will say this. I will say this, and we'll get off of this topic because I can get real mean here on some people. You've heard me talk about, you go to Whole Foods and you walk down the aisle of Whole Foods, and some of those people in there look like they're the most unhealthiest looking people I've ever seen in my life. Like, they look just jaundiced. I mean, their skin don't even look right. And they're like one bite of yogurt away from disease. It's weird. Yeah, I'm unapologetic about saying all that stuff. And if you want to take a trip with me to the Whole Foods, I'll start pointing those people out. And they're all wearing masks and all this kind of crap. But see, there was this thing, just like you as you said, Steve, it used to be that it was the tree-hugging hippies, to use your phrase, who were the anti-government, anti-big government, anti-intrusion rebels. They were the anti-political folks. And now that trend has changed. Now it's the people on the conservative side. We're the radicals. We're the radicals. We're the ones who are talking about this stuff, while the progressive left looks like Richard Levine. They're why? Because they've been pouring, full cream macchiato latte white chocolate garbage down their throats every day, and got to have their Starbucks and all that junk. So anyway, I'm telling you, it's just a weird deal. So anyway, he got in. I'm anxious to see what he's going to do. I think we're immediately going to see some over-the-counter ivermectin. And I love stuff like that simply because we got villainized.
Tractor Supply. Well, ivermectin's been sold in Tractor Supply for years.
Well, I know, but that ain't what we're talking about. We ain't talking about the paste. I mean,
they have liquid. They have it in a.
You know what I mean. I'm not talking about the stuff you give the horse. I'm talking about the stuff that is capsulized and used for human consumption. You're gonna have that stuff that's gonna be more readily available, because it used to be. I was in a Tractor Supply, well, not a Tractor Supply. I was at National Roper Supply up in Decatur, Texas one time, and I jokingly said, "Hey, where's the ivermectin?" And the lady just kind of pulled back, because obviously people had been in there buying it, and immediately they were judging people for coming in there and buying ivermectin. And the reason they did that is because the media told them to be that way. Mm-hmm. Ivermectin won a Nobel Prize for its use. And, but we got deplatformed. I mean, my YouTube still don't work right for the things I said about medical freedom. I mean, I got so many demerits against me from YouTube and the Google overlords that they'll never forgive me, because I wasn't going to apologize. I wasn't going to apologize for the things that I was saying, and I said them anyway. I had people who said, "We can't believe you even still have a platform at all." So, and you know what? Royce's rear end is puckered up on the seat right now because he's scared of what I'm going to say about it.
I'm good. Go ahead. Could you stop talking about my rear end, please?
No.
Man, I know people that used to go to Tractor Supply. You can't do it anymore, but you could buy antibiotics just straight out of the
when I was a kid, we'd go
it
buy
works.
We'd go buy the little chicks, the little baby chickens from Tractor Supply, and we'd raise them up. We had a blast with that. I love Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
We'd go buy we'd get our salt blocks from there for our cows when I was a kid. Tractor Supply.
And then Tractor Supply went woke, and we had to correct them. I was a part of that, getting them corrected. Robbie Starbuck exposed the snot out of them, man. They turned back around. They quit all that DEI garbage. Anyway, I'm happy for this. I'm anxious to see. I want to see let them do it. Because these people keep talking about, not qualified, not qualified. I'm sick of qualified. I've seen what qualified can do. Let me see what the unqualified can do for a little while. Let me see the people that don't come with your bureaucratic pedigree. The guys that didn't get the boxes checked. So let me see what they can do for a little while.
Not only that, I just don't trust them because these are the people that they're saying they're lying. This person's not qualified. It's not qualified, Chad. It's qualified.
Right.
The qualified. They're not qualified.
Wasn't he in the military too? Wasn't he like
made him an honorary admiral?
Yeah, honorary. Is that what it was? An honorary admiral?
Yeah, in the Navy.
Hey, we ought to do that to Elon Musk. Let's make him an honorary general.
Well, he wasn't in the military.
It don't matter. Just make him an honorary.
Yeah, Dick
honorary
Levine,
don't mean nothing. Jack.
Yeah, Dick Levine was actually in the Navy.
Okay.
All right.
He wouldn't be today. He would be out. Like that.
Well, you notice he's in plain clothes there.
No, Pete wouldn't have that.
A lot of jokes I could make. Hey,
yeah,
I want to
I'm biting my tongue.
Stop talking, Steve.
Nope.
Good God. This is why Party Foul Steve got fired from the Blaze. We gotta keep moving forward. I want to remind everybody, because we didn't have a Monday episode because I was traveling. I want to remind everybody about my friends over at Allied Oilfield. I've gotten to know these guys. They are a great name in the oil and gas industry. But if you are in the trucking industry, if you're in the oil and gas industry, and you need to check out some folks that are got the right values and they can build and customize what you need for your job, check them out over at alliedoilfield.com. See what they got. I know there's some people who listen to this show. They're out in West Texas in the oil fields. There's folks out there that are in these industries. There's truckers, all of this. They can build it for you. They can help you out. They can work with you, and they've got the values that you share. So they've been doing this for like 20 years. They're out in Levelland, Texas, and they're just some really good folks. They've been big supporters of the show. And I said, you know what? Let me give you guys some shout-outs just to build your name up in this industry, because they have been pioneers and trendsetters for a long, long time. But if you're in that industry and you're ready to switch some things over, or you have some needs. Now, I know it's not the average person out there that are buying Chad Prather T-shirts, but there are people in this industry, and you want to see about making a bigger investment in what your company is doing. Check out the folks over at alliedoilfield.com and see what all they can do for your business. Check them out. Speaking of qualified versus unqualified, the Pope Francis came out and once again is condemning the whole deportation deal. Said a major rebuke yesterday to the Trump administration, the mass deportation of migrants, warning that the forceful removal of people purely because of their illegal status deprives them of their inherent dignity and will end badly. This is a so-called qualified person. Careful what you say, Steve.
My wife's Catholic. I can say whatever I want.
Trust me, I've heard.
Okay,
I've heard.
I just want to say it's the Vatican City. Let's send a few immigrants there and see what happens to them.
All of them. Send them all there.
Yeah.
First of all, if you can get them into Italy, then
they have a wall around the Vatican City. They ain't gonna let nobody in.
They got room. We'll throw them over the wall. We just toss them over there. And they're all good at climbing walls, so let them get in there. And I don't know if any of you folks that are here in the country illegally, if you just happened upon this podcast today or you listen religiously like Trent.
I was about to say.
if you're curious, it's a nice place. There's some beautiful tapestries. In fact, I've been in President Trump's home there at Mar-a-Lago. He actually has tapestries from the Vatican hanging in his home. Go check it out. There's some beautiful artifacts. There's a lot of gold there. There's some stuff. There's plenty of quarters. Now, you might have to push some pedos out in order to move in and get your accommodations. They're not going to fund you the way that we did through USAID, but go in there and grab a cot, man. And there's some cool places to eat in there. I mean, the Vatican food court has what you need. You can drink some wine. You can go in there. They won't let you take pictures in the Sistine Chapel because that might hurt the mosaics, but you can go in there and enjoy the art. It'd be fantastic. Pope Francis awaits your visit. Head on in there. It is a big wall, but don't let that stop you. Oh, don't forget, they are their own country inside Rome, so they have their own armed guards. So I don't know why they have armed guards, since they're so open-armed and welcoming. You know, the Pope really wants you there. So if
the Catholic
deportations,
Church just doesn't have the debt the United States does, I can promise you that.
no, they can afford it, dude. They've got all the money. Their economy is solid, and you're basically getting closer to God too, because everybody from the Hispanic countries, they're coming in. They're already Roman Catholic for the most part, so you might as well get. And by the way, you got access to Pope Francis, who when he speaks, he's the voice of God. He speaks ex cathedra. He's the pontiff, man. Go check him out. So anyway, screw this guy. I don't care what he has to say. He is the spirit of Antichrist. He's a hypocrite. He's so-called qualified, but he's brain dead as well. So let him have it.
I think they die every few years anyway.
They
just
do,
wait the
man.
Next oldest one.
I mean, look, just zoom in on this guy. Just zoom in on that neck gullet right there.
He definitely eats seed oil.
Lots of seed oils. That's a lot of pasta right there. But I guarantee you, that dude he's got more guards around him than Donald Trump does. So Donald Trump, he's taking questions right now in the Oval Office. He said today, I love he's got a map behind him blown up to Gulf of America.
Okay,
I love
okay, not to be rude, but is this not just Rachel Levine without a wig on?
Oh, I've never seen him in the same room.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you just compare the two, take the
I
wig
see
off.
what you're saying.
Take the wig off. I don't know what else to say to that.
Put him a little fancy cap on there, one of those little caps with a nipple on it.
I really got to thinking about the Gulf of America, even more in depth than I did yesterday. Think how inclusive that is. Versus Gulf of Mexico, that excludes everyone in North America.
It does. North America
and
South America.
That includes Canada.
They're just assuming that we're talking about the U.S., but no, it's all of America, baby.
Yeah,
all of it.
We didn't name it the Gulf of United States of America.
Yeah, I just can't get over this goiter that's on the neck of Pope Francis with his little nipple hat on.
His ear is also almost as big as the whole side of his face.
Your nose and your ears, they never stop growing. And this guy,
I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble.
Yeah. I looked the other day and I saw a replay of this show on myself and I was like, man, my cute little ears. Look at those things up there. I'm turning into an old man. Look at my profile right there. Ah, boy, oh boy. Look at this guy. Nobody cares what this guy has to say. And speaking of that, this is, I'm going to bring you some more qualified people. This is one of your representatives here. She just said yesterday, this is a Democratic rep. She just claimed, can we play that, please? Play it.
Yesterday, I met with a manufacturing company, but they also are engaged in getting young people more engaged in manufacturing. So I asked them, so how many of those students that are signing up and want to do this, how many are women? And they said, well, I know there's at least 13% or something. It was a low number. And you had mentioned trying to engage more women in manufacturing. I'm just wondering if just the name manufacturing sounds like a guy. Yesterday,
like a guy. Why'd she say it like Trump? It sounds like a guy. It sounds like a guy.
These people are ignorant. I mean, basically, she's saying because the word man is in manufacture. The word manufacture, if you break it down, it means from made by hand. Made by hand. The facture part is the made, and the man or the.
I said this before the show, but you know what else? You know what else has man in it? Woman.
Woman.
So what are you gonna do about that one, huh? You gonna change your own name?
Like
I don't think so.
It's like Andrew Schwartz said. He said, these feminists, they really picked their moment. Like they waited till air conditioning was invented before they came out there and started demanding equal rights and job opportunities. Like once the buildings were built, they weren't out there slaving away in the sun. They waited till now I want a corner office. I need a corner office. Yeah, where were you when they were welding the girders together on the corner office? You were.
Do you know the percentage? The percentage of women versus men of women on oil rigs? Pretty sure it's 0. I don't think there's any.
Steve?
There's some women. Some engineers and stuff that are.
Yeah, they're
I'm talking working the oil rigs though.
Not the roustabouts and not the.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not those guys.
Now
not
again,
the Derrick Hand.
The show Landman, just like the show Yellowstone, both are bad representations of the industries that they're supposed to represent, but they're good stories, and there is some truth to be found in them. So the movie Landman, Taylor Sheridan's latest iteration of West Texas oilfield culture. Visit our friends over at Allied at oilfield.com. It's a pretty good representation of the nature of who's working out there. You don't have a lot of female roughnecks out there. You don't have a whole lot of oil field trash, but you do have some wives or some lawyers, or as Steve said, some engineers who are doing, unrolling the blueprints or filing the papers or something like that. But they're not out there twisting the wrenches and, wrapping the chains around the drill bits and pulling them back. I mean, they're not doing all that stuff.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And
there's nothing wrong with the fact that they don't do that.
That's okay.
I don't want to put women in danger. Those jobs are dangerous. And if we can keep women out of war and stuff like that, let's do it.
It's so weird that I don't want women getting shot at in combat, but I'm the guy who's so full of hate, right? I don't want women getting shot at. I don't want women out there, getting their arms ripped off or anything else. And I don't want them doing all that stuff. I don't want them falling off buildings. Weird how that works. And, not every, we don't have a race of Amazons out there who are just, the goddesses out there that Wonder Woman descended from. That's mythology, dude. Let's just stop with this stupid rhetoric. 15% in manufacturing. Let me tell you, Steve, you used to work oil. You were out in the ocean, right? You were on oil rigs.
I was on driller rigs.
Yeah. I used to work in the industrial world back in the day, and there were plenty of women that had roles that did the job, stuff like that. But what she's talking about, because the name manufacturer, well, it sounds like a guy. Well, you sound like an idiot. This type of stuff, this is why they lose. This is why Brandon Gill was right. This is why my opening monologue is right, because these people keep spouting off their ignorance because they think that they can appeal to the empathetic emotions that are inside of these people and spout this pablum out there. And people are going to go, oh, see, that's how we're making the world a better, brighter, greater place. We are the world. We are
Let
the
them do it.
Let them do it.
This woman is still in the mentality of cancel culture, which was ridiculous. We canceled Christmas songs and different artists for things that they had said and done, and all these different weird things. We don't have Aunt Jemima on our syrups anymore because of it. And this is cancel culture mentality, which is just, I mean, again, it's a common sense thing. It's unbelievable. What's wrong with the manufacturing? Like, we don't have to keep going on it, but it's like.
Yeah, that's why I have a new shirt design that'll be up here momentarily at redpillchad.com. I'm bringing back a new design. I just designed it before we came live, and I sent it over. And I said, put this on a shirt right now. Weaponize common sense. Weaponize common sense. And it's going to be available over at redpillchad.com. Get a shirt. Got a beautiful bald eagle. Bald eagle on it. It's got a bald eagle, and it says, weaponize common sense. It's going to be beautiful. Going to love it. I think it's got an eagle. I think it's got a star. It's beautiful.
It's got a flag.
And here's the deal. So we got to get out of here. Mark Wayne Mullen, he posted this, and we could have put this at the top of the show, but I think it's a good little bow to put on the end of this thing. I like Mark Wayne Mullen from Oklahoma. He posted this. He said, I don't want to hear the word transparency from any more liberals. He said, fact, Donald J. Trump is the most accessible president in American history. He doesn't hide the ball. Sleepy Joe and his staff spent 4 years hiding from the press and lying to the American people. There is not a day that has gone by since Trump took office that we have not heard from him, that a headline has not gone out there, something that he has done. He has been available. He's talking to the press right now. He's taking every question. The people that he's putting in, whether it's RFK, whether it's Kash Patel or Tulsi Gabbard or Pete Hegseth or Marco Rubio, who I had my questions about, but he's doing a fantastic job so far. All these people that he's putting in there, they're all about the transparency, including people that are being brought in to work for free on their own time and dime, like Elon Musk, are making sure that transparency is what's happening. So when you see, and I want to take you all the way back, if you are new to, or you just came onto the show, when we're done here, I want you to go to watch the first 5 minutes in my opening monologue. The people that are barking the most about corruption, the people who are barking the most are the ones who have the most to hide. And they can call Elon Musk a liar, they can call Donald Trump a liar, but they can't tell you what they're lying about. They can't tell you what they're lying about. And that is the telltale sign right there that they are not only over the target, but they are pinpoint accuracy about to hit the bullseye. They are dropping bombs on these people. Maxine Waters, we didn't pull the clip, but Maxine Waters, impeach! Maxine Waters, yesterday, she literally said, we don't know what they have on us.
Yeah, she gave it away right there.
We don't know what they have on us. We don't know what they have on
You're fixing to find out.
You literally just admitted that they have stuff on you, that you're guilty. You can go over to my X account, @WatchChad. I tweeted it out in the middle of the night while I was awake, thinking about leftover Chinese food and seed oils. And I put, what did you just say, Maxie? But she said it. Oh, we don't know. We don't know what they have on us. Well, I hope they have everything on you. And I will not be happy until somebody important is getting arrested. They're bringing
right,
charges.
left, or center.
They're bringing charges against Letitia James. Put her in jail. Put her fat butt in jail. And Kathy Hochul. Bring them all. They're bringing all the charges against New York. And you know what they had the raw gall to say is that these are retaliatory deals. No, they broke the law. They broke the law. It's not retaliatory because Trump hasn't come out there and there's been no charges on the part of Pam Bondi to come out and say that these people are having charges brought against them that have anything to do based on what they did against Donald Trump with those indictments. These are completely separate issues. Here's the thing, and I'll sum it up and shut up. Here's the thing. If they would have left Trump alone and just let him be president for 4 years in 2016, just if they had not weaponized everything from the media to Hollywood to every politician against Donald Trump from 2016 forward, they went after this guy. They would have had a guy who was a moderate to right liberal in office who would have been the president for everybody. But they had to lie about him. They had to misalign him. They had to misquote him. They had to call him a racist. They had to use the whole find people on either side bull. They had to do all these things. Then when he was out of office, they had to go after him and target him with lawfare and, open up a back door so that they could track him and go after him for the document deal, ultimately raid his home, and to the point of indicting him 91 times and shooting at him and going through his wife's underwear drawer and coming after his kids and putting, how many indictments for Eric or Don Jr., how many indictments there? They could have just left him alone, but they didn't. They couldn't. Their pride wouldn't let them because they're so corrupt. And so you know what? You reap the whirlwind. You get what's coming to you. You could have just left him alone. So now I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You spent 45% of your resources of the FBI going after J6ers, people that took a walk with a selfie camera and a flag around their neck through the Capitol building in protest. You couldn't leave it alone. You couldn't leave it alone. So now I say consequences. Lock them up. And people say, it's only been 3 weeks, Chad. Give it some time. Cool your jets. No,
you can't let up.
Listen, they went after us immediately, as soon as they had an opportunity. And so I tweeted it out in the middle of the night. I said, until I see it, I will not know if I don't know if they're serious until I see it. Because it ain't been 3 weeks, it's been 9 years. I've heard
I was going to say, the reason things have gotten like this is because the Republicans were too nice for too long, trying to do everything the gentleman Republican way.
Yep. And I'm not talking about just the Democrats. I hope when Trump starts naming names today, and I hope he does, he said he was going to. When he starts naming names, I want Mitch McConnell on there.
100%.
I want Lindsey Graham on there. I want Mitt Romney on there. I'd love to see John Cornyn. He won't be, but I'd love to see John Cornyn on there. And just let them have it, man.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't care. Smoke them out. Ah, boy, howdy. I'm excited. All right.
You feel better now?
A little bit. I got to go to Oregon.
Deal. I'm praying for you. I'm not going to Oregon with you. I'm going to stay at home.
Oh, snap.
Steve ain't going.
He's going to hold down the fort?
Steve ain't going. He's happy he ain't going. It's 7 degrees.
Man, it's cold up there.
So, anyway. All right. We got any super chat? Anything in there? I don't know.
Yeah, we do.
So. Linda says, take a nap. I ain't got time to take a nap, girl. Got to go. Whitney says, Lord, I pray you watch over Chad and his team as they travel. Keep them safe and protect them. Amen. Have a great show in Klamath Falls. Thanks, girl. I am the team for this one. So me and my personalities are going. Simply Kai Bull. Did I read that right?
Think so.
Kai Bull.
All right. Hey, super excited for RFK. When it comes to health, my career is in fitness and in nutrition. It's scary what's in our foods, and it's banned in other countries. It's insane. That's true. Yeah, that's true. I'm down with it. I mean, God, he's 70 years old, man. He looks great. My man Trevor Taylor, this is my commitment as well, putting money and better foods where my mouth is. Time for fathers/men of America to set the example. Let's go, fellas. And you're right, Trevor. I know you personally. You were working hard and busting that tail, man. So you get after it. And by the way, we didn't mention it, but Kash Patel did pass through the Senate panel vote, so now he moves on. They'll do a full Senate deal on him next week. MX5859, 100% Chad, accountability is coming. Please let it come. Let it come. I want to see it. I'm here for it.
Please.
Yeah, rock it.
When is Trump supposed to be? Is he speaking, tweeting?
He's speaking now. He's holding the news conference, so we'll see. He's all over the place. He's talking about tariffs and everything. He's answering questions right now. Okay. That dude, I think he'd sit there and do it till 2 a.m, man.
I think so. He never sleeps.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Well,
just like Chad.
There you go. I don't
He's
sleep.
in the White House.
That's what I'm saying.
S. Marty Bear, here you go. $5. I like it. Old Graham hit 800 episodes this morning, so good for him. 800 episodes. I don't know if anybody understands how that's a lot of work. Everybody thinks they can podcast And everybody can podcast. Everybody should podcast until you hit a certain level. Then it becomes work because now you have to talk to a lot of different sponsors, and you got to keep them happy. If you only knew what we go through with our partners out there trying to keep everybody happy, it's a lot. We're thankful for them. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of work. Trenton78, let's start a petition to change Trent's name. He's ruining my good name. And Graham even said Trents are all virgins. LOL. Somebody said I was a virgin this morning. I'll go with that. In my heart. Taylor Swift. In my heart.
We need to start on the super chats. Can we put hashtag PartyFoulSteve for the ones that want to send it directly to me?
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes.
I
Old
need
Trent,
gas money.
Old Trent, he was busting loose. That's a lot of energy, man, to keep creating accounts like that. American Mermaid 1776, so sad I can't make your show this weekend, but our little snowstorm is making it unachievable. Also, Maha. Yeah, I'm flying into Medford, and then we're going over from there, try to get through the weather to get to it. But, hey, they knew what they were doing when they booked me like a year ago for Valentine's Day. I'll be there alone. They're having a music and dance. I'm entertaining. They're doing the whole thing. I'll be dancing alone. I'll be in the corner like this. And then the Lone Star CJ, $5. Stop spending my money, Lone Star.
Thank you, CJ. Love you.
She said, yeah, she tried to. This morning during Dear America, Biscuit went crazy because Biscuit's my guard dog. CJ tried to come in the house downstairs, and Party Foul had locked the door behind himself. I apologize
to her, though.
We don't lock doors. We don't believe in that. We believe in 357
It's
Magnums.
a habit. I do it at my house.
357
This is like my home, too, so.
Yeah. You come into my house, the first thing you're going to hear is Biscuit. The second thing you're going to hear is a 45.
You notice whenever the door's locked, and I do come in the mornings early, I step way back away from the door.
Yeah,
because I don't want shot.
I have literally guns everywhere. People come in my house and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, if I'm in the back bathroom peeing, and somebody comes in my house, all I got to do is reach up on top of the medicine cabinet. It's right there. My master bathroom has an AR-15 in the corner, just popped up, hanging out. Yeah, why not?
I gotta come over. Man.
I got stuff, dude. I live alone. I have the ultimate man life. Party Foul Steve. Mamoose coming to Springfield, Missouri in March. We bought you and Chad a present. He'll be there in Springfield.
Deal. I like
we'll
it.
Be there. We'll be in Springfield 2 nights. Somebody says, "Are you living in fear because you got all them guns?" No, I just have a lot of guns, and I don't have a lot of places to put them, so I make them available to myself.
They're decoration.
Yeah, you just never know when somebody's going to come down the street. Anyway, next week I'm in Texas City. We're going to do comedy, music, all the stuff down there at High Horse Saloon, brand new place. And then we're in College Station over at Stampede, College Station. Jesse Payton and I will be over there. Lots of stuff coming up. Not woke, my man. Hashtag Party Foul Steve.
Thank you.
Not woke. You know he's not. You know he's not getting that money. He's not getting that money.
I have no access to it.
I love when the show gets off the. Linda, High Horse Saloon is huge. I don't know. We need a lot of, and that's a Thursday night show. So, but I'm going to film that. We're going to film that and pull some footage from it. Maybe if we can get a good enough crowd out there, we will. We'll put some of that footage out there and let everybody be able to enjoy it. I like that 22 Ruger 22 target pistol. Mm-hmm. It's good stuff. Maggie Moo told me she's going to come murder me, and I said, "Is that a euphemism for a hug?" She goes, "I'm going to do both." I'm the one who gave the voice. I needed a new earpiece. My little deal here. I've had this in my ear for 7 years, and it doesn't fit anymore because it's molded to my ear, and your ear canal changes when you gain or lose weight.
Is she going to hug you then murder you, or
yeah? I think I was going to end up on an episode of Dateline because her husband is a Shure rep, and I said I need a new earpiece. She said I got you. What's your address? And
Mine's a Shure.
I sent the bright eyes emoji because I was going to buy it. You know, I just wanted a recommendation on what it was. She said, I got you. What's your address? And I said, whoa, what are you coming to the house? She's like, I'm coming to murder you. And then she sent me a knife emoji. And I was like, she means it. Cindy Johnson. I'm bummed I can't go tonight. My ex is going. You have to come back to Medford to see my other chat about BMB. I'll do that. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've been to Oregon, I think. It all runs together. Somebody asked earlier, do I ever come to Maine? No. I've been everywhere, go everywhere, do everything. If I've been to all of the states, done shows. But there's places I don't go back to very much because they don't have me. They don't have me back anymore. This thing called COVID messed a lot of that up. So anyway. All right, guys, we got to go. Royce is tired. He's wilting.
I'm good. It's not like I have a ton more work to do.
You lie. You lie.
It's not like I got a ton of other stuff to do.
Hey, I also want to encourage you guys to go over to patriot-protect.com and check those guys out. I've been pushing the heck out of them because for $5 a month, all these scammers that are out there that can get your information, for $5 a month, go protect all your stuff. You know, we talk about guns and stuff like that, but use promo code Chad over there. Go to patriot-protect.com/Chad and sign up. Sign up for $5 a month. They're going to erase you from all of the databases out there where the scammers are trolling through and to get your information, and they keep you private. And all that stuff, man. And they're getting so sophisticated, the scammers, and they're using AI. They're doing all this kind of stuff. And Patriot Protect, I talked to them on the phone yesterday. I said, I believe in your product and in your service so much. I'm going to tell folks again. They said, no, there's no obligation for you to do that. I said, no, it's not about obligation. I believe in this service. So check them out, patriotprotect.com/Chad. We failed the other day to put their link down in the description down there. It happens. Stuff happens.
I need to do something.
We all need.
Mine got leaked somewhere.
Well, the thing that happened, Steve, is I had to call the bank this morning because I got a fraud alert, and sure enough, now I got to wait on a new debit card for that account because somebody tried to use a deal on a red box. I was like, they still have red boxes? Do you even know what a red box is, Royce?
Oh yeah.
You know,
I use Redbox.
Like a DVD or whatever.
I use VHS. What you talking about? I ain't that young.
I
think I'm 7 years old.
Yeah.
Betamax.
I did not have floppy disks, but I had VHS.
Well, I got the limo driver coming to pick me up here in an hour, and I still got to pack and figure out which guitar I'm going to take. So anyway, watch Chad.
Not driving you today.
Watch Chad.com.
Drive yourself.
And I love all you guys, man. Thanks for hanging out. This was a fun little show. Thanks for letting me get it off my chest. And I've been having fun with the Dear America family as well. And we'll be back on Monday doing some stuff. And, yeah, we'll do some stuff. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what all is going to happen just between now and Monday?
It's so much.
I mean,
so much.
And again, we could have talked about somebody on a sad note. There was that Afghan refugee, whatever, 24 years old that plowed that car into that crowd of people there in, where was it, Munich in Germany. We could have talked about that today. And I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about what's going on in America. But we didn't go into it.
Yeah.
You know, I want to keep it America right now. We got enough news going on here, but we live in a crazy, sad world, man. It's tragic, scary. If you walk in fear, I don't walk in fear. I don't believe that God gave me a spirit of fear at all. I believe power and love and sound mind, dude, and this extremely handsome jawline that is covered in fat. Look at Royce. Somebody wanted to know if your wife is liking the beard. It's coming in pretty good, buddy.
She does like the beard.
Oh, I bet she does. I bet she does. I would if I were her. I'll tell you that right now.
All right, Chad. Cool it. Cool it, Chad.
There it goes. I can hear the seat. Yeah. All right.
You gotta stop talking about my eyes, my butt, my beard.
Trenton said, "I'm dying to find out what Graham is talking about with the big news that's coming." I'll be honest with you. I wish I knew. I don't know. Royce might know. I don't know. And if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. But I don't even know. Graham has so many irons in the fire and so many things going on, and I got enough stuff for myself, so I don't even know. But I tell you what, he's in there pretty deep right now. Striker J said it's hard to walk in fear because fear is a figurative thing, not a literal thing. Yeah, you know what? False evidence appearing real. That's fear. The stuff you're worrying about today is gone tomorrow, and who knows? You may be gone tomorrow and not worried about nothing. So, Linda likes to walk in happy. I like that. All right. WatchChad.com. Oh, go check out. Let's see if we got the new Weaponized Common Sense up. And some people were asking about tank tops for the Real Women Aren't Men shirt. I had them put that in a tank top. We have some requests on that as well. But Garza Scorpio 77, Royce, you tell him treating you like a piece of meat. Oh, he is.
MMM.
He is.
MMM.
Yeah, he's like a little piece of meat.
You can't grunt like that after saying. Stop it! You can't do that after saying that.
Really trying,
Chad,
baby.
What is happening? Maybe I wanted to come and hang out with Chad, but Chad keeps talking about how he lives alone, and now he's grunting at me. I don't know if I want to come over now.
Oh, and you know what we're about to do in the next couple of months? We're going to get an undisclosed location. We're doing Creator House. People keep going,
definitely not going there.
People keep going, what is Creator House? We're going to build studios and recording studios and green screens and places to cook the foods and house the guests. It's going to be a place for social media creator stuff, and it's Creator House. I'm doing a Creator House.
Chad's house.
Yeah, it's going to be a man cave. We're going to put a wall of TVs up for football seasons and whatever, and you're going to have like a special knock to come in, and it's going to be like a He-Man woman haters club. So no girls are allowed unless you're cute and funny. And no, never mind. Maggie Moose said she wants crop tops, and you would be the only one that bought that. All right, guys. I promise you we're out of here. Follow Royce on X at Royce Chamberlain. Follow Party Foul Steve on all the stuff. And, of course, I'm at Watch Chad. We will talk to you on Monday. Unless something else happens and we wind up coming back. We'll see you there. We love you. God bless you. Talk to you then. Bye.